Hello students, in this video we are going to see Jinja filter. So what is the meaning of filter and how it works? So we will see this one. So Jinja filter, filtration means what? With the help of filter we can extract the data. So Jinja filters are used to format or transform the values. Means what? If we have some text and we want to transform it into the capital format, so you can do this one. If we have uppercase letters and we want to transform this to the lowercase format, so you can do this one. So the filters can apply on text, numerical data and list, dictionary, all the data types that are available in Python. So what is the syntax of this one? The syntax of this one is variable and pipe sign filter. So Jinja filters can apply to the template variables by using a vertical bar. So that vertical bar is called as pipe sign. So we can club variable and filter with the help of pipe sign, and we should enclose this filter within a pair of curly braces. So this is the syntax: curly bracket, variable, then pipe sign and then filter. Variable means what? The variable name on which we are going to apply that filter. That variable name you should write here at the left hand side. And filter means what type of filter you are going to apply on that particular variable, you should write it to the right hand side. So this is the syntax. So look here, example: pair of curly bracket, then variable, then filter. So we can apply more than one filter. Okay, so here you can write here first filter and then write here second filter. So how it will work? So first variable name, for the variable name filter 1 is applied, then whatever in output is there after applying the first filter, that should be the input for the second filter. So whatever output is there from these two, it will be given as input to the another filter. So this is the syntax. So you should enclose variable and filter in the pair of curly braces, and variable and filter should be differentiated by using pipe sign. So variable is the input for the output, variable is the input for the filter, and output will be displayed by using a pair of curly braces. So this is the syntax and this is the meaning of filter. Then how many filters are there? What are the actual meaning of that one? So first filter is the capitalized filter. So what it does here, the capitalized filter capitalize the first character of the string variable. Okay, so if you enter the string like this, hello world, the output would be hello world. So first letter, whatever text you are going to apply for the filter, it will be converted to capital format. Only the first letter will be converted to capital format. So what is the syntax of this one? Curly bracket, variable, then pipe sign and then capitalize. So it will convert capital first letter into capital format of the variable. Okay, so this is the first filter. Capitalize, it will convert only the first letter of the string into uppercase format. Then second one is the list. So what is list? What is the list? Second filter is list filter. So the list filter is used to return a list of characters. Okay, so if Vivekanand College input is supplied to the list, then what would happen? It will generate a list of characters. So here is the example. So if a variable is contained LATTE, what would be the output of this one? It will converted it, the given string, into the list format. So each and every character, it will be enclosed within a pair of single quotation mark. So list, it converts the given string into the list format. So this is the next filter. Then lower, it will convert all the letters into the lowercase format. Okay, capitalize means only the first letter it becomes capitalized. Here in lowercase, each and every character should be converted into lowercase format. So what is the syntax? Look here, this is the syntax how we can convert characters into lowercase. So variable name and lower. Then next filter is replace filter. So how it works? So replace filter works just like Python's replace string. Okay, it replaces the characters from the string. If numerical value is there, it will, we have to convert it into string, so we can replace that particular character. So replace works as replace string. Here the first argument is the substring that should be replaced, and the second, what is the second argument here? The second is the replacement string. So whatever new value, with that value we want to replace the old one, you should give as a second parameter. If the optional third argument is given, only this amount of occurrences are replaced. So we can enter here number of occurrences. If we want to replace the first character, if we want to replace the second character, so we can replace it with the third argument. So here is the example of this one. So the string is original is Django 1.8. Okay, space is there, so it will be considered as a string consist of two words. Okay, a text consist of two words. First word is Django and second is 1.8. What is the replace filter here? Replace the original one is 1.8. Okay, so the string is there, you should enclose it within a pair of double quotation mark. This is the old one, and with new value we want to replace it. What is our new value here? 1.9. So what it does here, it will take Django 1.8 as an input and it replaces 1.8 with the new string, that is 1.9. So this is the syntax for replace filter. Okay, capitalize, list, lower and replace. So let us see another filters. Then upper filter. What upper filter does here? Upper filter converts all the characters into the uppercase format. So hello world is there. So if we want to replace it with the capital letters, so we can write here filter upper. So it will convert all the characters to the uppercase format. Then second filter, word count. So we can count words, how many words are there in the given input. Okay, so the word count filter counts the word in the string. Suppose the variable consists of coffee house started as a small store. So how many words are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it returns output as 6. Okay, so this is the syntax for this one, and it counts the number of words present in the given input. Next filter is absolute value. So with the help of ABS, we will display absolute value of numerical input. So you should provide here numerical input. What is the syntax of this one? So again, pair of curly braces, variable is there, pipe sign is there and ABS is there. So with the help of this one, we displays the magnitude of given value. Absolute value means what? Magnitude. If we enter -5, it will return 5. 5 is the magnitude of -5. If positive value entered, suppose 10 value is there, it will print it as it is because 10 is having magnitude as 10. So this ABS displays the absolute value of entered variable. Okay. Next filter is float. So with the help of float, we can convert numerical value into float format, that is real number format. So if 5 is there, we will get output like this 5.0, something like this. Means we can convert it, we can convert integer number into the float format. Okay, so this is the float filter. Then next one, E1 test. So this is the test filter. With the help of this one, we can find out whether the parameter, whatever parameter we are going to apply for this one, it will check whether that number is even or not. Okay, so if that number is even number, it will return true, else or else it will return false. So these are the filters in this slide: upper, word count, absolute value, float value, and even is the test filter. Okay, so these are the filters. Let us see another filters. Next one is length or count. With the help of this filter, we can count length of the string. Okay, we can count length of the string, we can count length of list, we can count length of tuple. So each and every data type from Python we can apply here as the parameter for length filter. So this is the length filter. Variable, pipe sign, and length. Here input is given as string LATTE, so it would display the output 5. Here the input is given as list, so this list consists of 3 characters A, E, and I. So when we execute this one, variable pipe sign length, it displays the output 3. Okay, so this is the length filter. Then next one, string test. So with the help of this, again this is the test filter. With the help of this, we can check whether the whether the input value is string or not. So if that value is string value, it will return S, that is true. If that value is numerical value, it will return false. So we can enclose it with the if statement. If variable is string. Okay. So with the help of string filter, we can check whether the inputted value is string or not. Okay, this is the test filter. Next one, number filter. Number and test. So with the help of this one, we can check whether the inputted value is number or not. If the value is having number data type, it returns true, otherwise it returns false. Okay, these two are test filters. Then reverse. The reverse filter is used to get inverse representation of a value. Means if we supplied string argument here as an input, so what it does here, it will return the reverse of given string. So this is the example LATTE. This is our input. So it will return ETTAL. That is the reverse of inputted string. Then first filter is there. With the help of first filter, we can display the first value present at the first position, means the value which is having index 0. With the help of first, we can display that particular value. So here input is given as list. Okay, how many characters are there? It consists of total 5 characters, A, E, I, O, U, and I want to print the first character, the character which is present at the first position. So how we can find this one? So we can use here filter, curly bracket, variable, pipe sign, first. So with the help of this syntax, we can display the first value. So output of this would be character A. Okay, so length, string test, number test, reverse, and first. These are the filters in this slide. Next filter, last filter. So like first, last filter displays the last element. Okay, so here again the input is list and the syntax is variable last. What it displays here, it displays U because U is present at the last position in the list. Next filter, join. So what it does here, join filter joins a list with a string. Means what? Look here. This is the example. We have the list of characters A, E, I, O, U. Okay, and we want to join here two hyphens for each and every character. Okay, so how we can join this one? So you should write here curly bracket, variable. So this is the list and join, and write here character you want to join. So we want to join here two hyphens. So we have written here two hyphens. Quotation mark should be there. It outputs A two hyphens, E two hyphens, A two hyphens, like this up to the last character. So with the help of join filter, we can join new character group to the old one. Next, random filter. Random filter means what? It picks up random value from the given input. So suppose the input is A, E, I, O, U, and you have given here random filter for this variable. So it displays any value from this one, either A, E, I, O or U, any single value from the given inputted values. So this is the random filter. Then sort filter. So sort filter sorts elements by ascending order. So by default it sorts the string or the list in ascending order. So here is the example. The input is this E, U, A, I, O, and the statement is variable sort. Okay, variable pipeline sort. So what it gives here, it would displays the output like this: A, E, I, O, U. So whatever data we inputted for this one, whether that input is string or list or dictionary, it will display the data in the sorted format, so in the ascending order. So this sort filter is used to display the data in ascending order. Okay, so these are the filters: last, join, random and sort. So we will see the coding for these filters in the next video. So thank you.